go to the other. Or if one of these just conks out on you, go to the other.
Exactly.
And if you happen, and this is important because I say this, but I don't reach everybody every time. If you're watching on a smart TV, quote unquote smart, sometimes not so smart, because you want a really big image, okay, great, but you can't comment. How do you get around that?
Just it started.
Launch a browser on your computer or on your phone, and then just so you'll be watching two places, whatever. Like, I guess that's another.
Hi, Peter. And hi, Mom.
But you really just be watching on the big screen, you know, if you like that. So, hello.
Yeah, yes. Let's show it again.
Showing it off. Hello.
You can't really see it, but
a little harder. Well, you can see a big,
it's so smooth,
big wash of
red
behind us, where it's usually kind of a dark brown because that's the color of this cabinet. And here we are. And this.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
I'll talk about this in a minute when
Hi, Michelle.
more people join us because I think this deserves comment.
I agree.
But definitely. Okay, before things get going too much, I'm going to clean my glasses. I'm suddenly saying, actually, this is really fun.
And I'm sticky.
Yeah, because you were actually.
I haven't even made a drink yet.
Some of the contact cement that got this nailed down.
You know, we have to center this camera better when you come back.
Okay, well, I can do that right now.
We're off center.
We're off center.
Turn it toward you a little bit more.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, it's hard to tell. Oh, you know what? I think it's. Oh, okay. I was about to say it's cutting off our heads, but that was made. Anyway.
That was you.
That was me.
Well, all right.
All right. I'll see you when you get back. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. So, yeah, we spent most of our day laminating a countertop. It's done. And it's so much less gross. The back of this bar, if you haven't been to our house, this was pretty dire. Move this so you can see. It was a really, really old finish on this wood, and they used some sort of industrial varnish or something. So it was, there was like no amount of cleaning would help it. So now we can spill and get it sticky at will and and just wipe it down. I'm so happy. Hi, Devin. Good to see you. So in honor of our new laminate countertop, it feels like a game show or something, like Newlywed Game. You have won laminate from Wilson Art.
You have made a selection.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Denise. Good to see you.
Well, hello.
And hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Yay.
So, there we go.
Yeah, Julie says it was so shiny. I know.
Yeah, it's a really tough
touch
finish.
it. Love it.
I mean, this is just countertop material, so you can really just slam stuff on this. You can spill whatever you want. I think you'd have to pour sulfuric acid for there to be problems.
I'm not going
to
try to spill anything on it, but if that happens...
It happens, you know, no big problem. So here's the process with this stuff, by the way. Does anybody's thinking, oh,
I think we need a drink before we hear about the process.
Okay, I'll hold off on this.
Don't you think we need
a few more people will show up and then
we hear about the process?
We can tell you about this. Truth be told, we've just done the process.
Hey, Michael. Good to
I don't need to hear about the process. You need to hear about the process because... You know, home improvement is all kind of fun. People love to see these things.
Well,
when
sometimes fun.
When you write in, you're like, oh, we did this, and there's just like this thing you did with your home bar area, with your living place, with your hi-fi, with your kitchen. I'm like, that's great. Thank you. That's really cool stuff.
Thank you.
People who like to see that, so like drop it on the page. Yeah, if you're not a member of the secret Velveteen Lounge page on Facebook, let us know.
Oh, the group. Go join the group if you haven't already.
You have to answer a few questions.
Good stuff in there.
But the private group is actually a lot of fun, and people really scare up all sorts of fun from the internet. You know, sometimes about liquor, sometimes about like kitsch, some historical stuff, and when you get around into the holidays, oh boy, so that's pretty killer. But so in honor of the fact that we basically recast this entire room red and finally got red on this countertop back here, which is basically a complete reflection of the colors in this little guy, which is hilarious. We redid the entire room.
Today I also painted the coffee table this green.
That color green. So yes, we're matching
it's been a busy day.
We're matching the ice bucket. That's what we did, right? So in reflecting that, everything we do today will be red. So would you like to start us off?
I would.
Okay, then.
I could use a shaker.
I'll get you a shaker.
Hey, possibly one with a red glass. If there's one handy. If there's not one handy, don't worry about
What do
it.
you know? I have a red glass with markings, like you like.
Hopefully it's not full of dust. Ew.
Nothing.
This is dirty though.
That's on the
I'll make
outside.
that part face me.
Maybe it's okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We did have a
Again.
tarp over the bar, so there really shouldn't be any dust, but
The process is fantastically dusty and sticky.
I've got to decide
I know,
which
that
one
sounds
I
like
feel like
something else.
making.
Well, you throw your hat in the ring and see what happens, eh?
Let's see. So we found so far 3 drinks with red in the title
From this red cover book, Mr. Boston. And so we
which
put a red
edition
cover.
of Mr. Boston
This is the
that?
75th anniversary. This is one of the newer ones. I think, what's the actual publication date on this? 2012. Wow, this is almost 10 years old now. It's probably
ancient.
probably a later actual printing of that, but this is the 2012 revision. When they did that, this was actually edited by Jonathan Fogash and Rick Rogers. Fogash is pretty well known, contemporary bar scene. He did a lot of revision, added a lot of stuff, and kept a lot of things that were there. A lot of the stuff that was in this book for years was already good.
What goes into Red Cloud? I might want to try that
Okay,
one.
let me take it. I marked these so I can see
Yes.
what's what.
I think it was
Earlier,
earlier.
was it earlier there? Red Cloud, okay.
Okay.
Okay, shot of gin.
Well, ah!
I can't help you
Can't
typing.
type.
You're going to have to figure that out yourself.
Okay. What else?
Half ounce of apricot brandy.
Oh, we gotta get that.
Yes.
Okay.
Quarter ounce lemon juice.
Okay.
Half ounce grenadine. Shake, strain cocktail.
Half ounce grenadine?
Half ounce grenadine.
I'm gonna mess with these proportions.
Yeah, I wish you would. Well, I don't know. That might be okay.
That's a lot of sweet stuff.
You might, yeah, you can gas that whichever way. Maybe a quarter on the grenadine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. It's interesting. I don't know what it has to do with the name, but you've got the grenadine to make it red. There you go. You just heard it. If you want to make
Right.
that right now, bang,
I
boom.
think, though, I'm going to start with the Red Raider. And I'm going to up the amount of bourbon that it calls for.
Mm-hmm.
It calls for 1 ounce of bourbon. I'm going to do 1.5. I'm using Beanball bourbon from Cooperstown Distillery. Let me get back to my comments here. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. And hello, Kelly. Okay. I'm caught up. Okay. So, Red Raider, my adapted version, 1.5 ounces of bourbon.
I'm assembling a fighting force of extraordinary magnitude.
There you go. And
If you get that reference.
I was going to say, if you get that reference.
Yeah, that's a good one.
One and a
How
half
about
ounces
How about
of
a
bourbon.
huge chunk of ice? I'll take the shot back here. You get the rational ice.
It's like, why do we have huge chunks of ice?
You buy the bags of ice at the supermarket, and on the way home they get melty.
The bottle's drippy, and I'm putting it on our new laminate
And
countertop.
I'm saying, whatever.
Okay, so
There we go.
One-
Excellent.
I'm going to say I'm going to change it to 1.5 ounces of bourbon.
1.5. I'm looking at those proportions.
Yeah.
Why is that
And
1
then-
ounce? That's 1.25 anyway.
Half ounce of triple sec. I'm using Curacao Triple Sec from Giffard.
It's a Curacao, it's a triple sec. The difference between the two products on the market may not be much. You might see one of the commercial brands that says we sell Curacao, we sell triple sec. You do the taste test side by side, you'd say, tastes like the same product. It's an orange liqueur.
And it calls for 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. It's a lot of lemon juice, but
Lemon juice. Counteracting things.
I will try it.
Historically, Curacao came from Curacao, the island. Triple sec was the name that Grand Marnier used, and then once everybody started imitating it, they decided to drop that. So now it's just Marnier.
And a teaspoon of grenadine.
Teaspoon of grenadine, coming your way.
You know, I hope these teaspoons are clean.
They should be pretty good.
There's a lot of dust today behind this
Keep
bar.
the grenadine up, because we're going to use it a few times.
1 teaspoon grenadine.
Okay.
Do you have something I could rest
A spoon in.
on?
Not yet, but I tell you what. Rest it right there, and that's not going to harm anything. Because we have a new laminate countertop.
We got our new laminate countertop and we just went to town.
What the hell?
You put the dirty side and back, right?
I actually cleaned it off.
Oh,
for you.
okay, thank you.
You know what that was?
No.
That's dishwasher.
Oh.
You know, dishwasher leaves streaks. I think. What the heck? Boom. The theme is red stuff. And hi, Kelly.
Yes, we're doing red because we just redid the countertop behind our bar today with red laminate.
You hear that?
Red retro laminate.
Retro laminate. I think that's ice crackle. Is that what it's called?
It's they call that the cracked ice finish. For
Pat, you'd love this
connoisseurs
stuff.
of
but definitely
retro laminate.
I will let you finish that.
Oh, do we have chill glasses?
We do have chill glasses.
I'll take the chill glass, please.
Maybe you want a glass that'll make that taste 73%
Yeah.
better. So let's actually do so, eh?
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, so our theme this evening is red. So this is the Red Raider, which isn't red at all.
It's not red.
We should have brought over the food color.
Amber at best. Sort of beige.
It's not even amber.
It's sort of
I got
beige.
an extra. I
You
got
do?
a sidecar.
Bring back,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm going to toss that in. That's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah. You know, I think the expectation is you're going to be using one of those commercial grenadines that is very red, because that has a lot of red food color.
Oh, yeah.
There's
but it is called the Red Raider.
It's called the Red Raider.
And I'm going to give it a twist of lemon. Yay.
And there we go.
Cheers. I've never tried this one before. We'll see.
So it seemed a reasonable thing, and I think you actually changed the proportions to the point where that should have become better. So as you can see,
it's very tart.
You've got colors which are completely reflecting over here. I chose one of my best red shirts. We're going for it.
You know what? It's good, but I'm going to mess with it.
Mess with it.
I'm going to mess with it.
Yeah, add some bitters to make that redder. You can add a red umbrella.
All right.
Thinking about it.
I'm going to mess with it.
Gonna mess with
so then I got to change the name because it won't be the recipe anymore.
It'll be the Red Raider 2.
I'm going to add more bourbon.
Going to go up to 2 ounce?
Give it another quarter ounce.
That'd be 1.75.
Is this a quarter ounce?
That's a half.
That's a half. Okay. So I'll
So
do
you
half
have to
of
do
that.
So there you go. So 1 3/4.
Wait, no.
You want 2 ounces?
Yes, I want 2 ounces.
Okay.
I'm so turned around.
Gotta get it straight.
Days, you guys.
Gotta get it straight, folks.
I got home. We went out shopping yesterday, and I was really I just had a lot of things going on.
Oh boy, you know.
I was really kind of overwhelmed, and we pull up into the driveway, and I put the car in park, and I put on my mask, and Paul looks at me like I'm snakes coming out of my ears.
Waiting for it?
He's like...
Waiting for it?
Yeah, because I was just, I don't know, I was really turned around.
and she looks at me, and she's like, as if, what the hell are you looking at me like that? And
I know.
And then, realize.
And then I realized, I was like...
And you go,
oh.
What? She took it off. So there we go.
I'm going to add another quarter ounce of triple.
Quarter ounce of the triple. Let's make sure that's in there. Huh?
It wasn't that balanced. It really just tasted like lemon juice. So.
Okay, so 3/4 ounce triple.
Yeah.
Is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
There you have it. Red Raider. Red Raider 2.
Red Raider 2. There we go. And I'm going to do a dash of cranberry bitters and try to make this drink red.
These are drinks from the red zone.
Okay.
That helps. Yeah, definitely.
It'll help even more when I stir it.
Here's something to stir with.
Thank you. All right. Oh, there we go. It's getting redder.
Nicely pink.
Yeah, it's a blush now. Oh, Lisa's drinking out of her Velveteen lounge glass. Thank you.
Oh, look and feel more sophisticated.
Aww.
Now, you know something? That is a glass that makes your drink taste 73% better.
Thank you.
That's the classic one right there.
Now let's try it.
One more time.
Where's my sidecar? Well, all right, I'm going to add my sidecar in.
There you go.
All right, so now it should all be mixed in together.
In more.
Now, how much would you pay?
But wait, there's more.
Much better. Sorry, Mr. Boston, but it's much better.
You know, Mr. B took that from somewhere. Who knows? Maybe this was in somebody's little black book. Maybe somebody who was on staff said, we need some more drinks and let's come up with a bourbon drink. Bang. Let's do something different than we did last time.
Let's knock out a bunch of bourbon drinks.
But I like the balance on that better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't
Red
bad to start
Raider
with.
2.
But Red Raider 2 is actually good. Who's being rated? I don't know. Sounded good to somebody? What the heck?
All right. Well, do you want a drink before we talk about laminate?
I really haven't had something all day. I guess, well, we had a beer at lunch after we'd actually gone out and caught laminate and like really, we set up a tent and we did all this work outside. Then it's just like, yeah, I could use a beer. So that did happen. I'm not gonna
Oh, that was
anybody.
Lunch.
That was
lunch. Hours ago.
That was hours ago. So I'm going to make something called the Red Baron. Now, there's a familiar character.
Now, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
This one sounds good.
It sounds good.
Maraschino?
I did not, actually. If we could retreat, that'd be nice. This is, of course, named for the famous Manfred von Richthofen, major ace of the Great War. You know, if you read his backstory, he sustained some serious injuries, which really affected his thinking ability. And in later life, his opinion about the war was pretty negative. It's a small bottle. Oh, it's a small.
No, I know. But...
Yeah, hot sauce bottle right in front. Clear fluid.
Oh.
You're looking at it. Boom, done. He had quotes like, you know, anyone who thinks this is glorious is a complete fool. And certainly that war lacked a lot of glory. It was what you would basically call carnage. In the meantime, you would think that something that's a tribute to the Baron would perhaps feature schnapps of some kind, or brandy, Osbach-Ralt, which is a really nice brandy. Instead, it starts with a shot of gin. Maybe they're thinking about the guy who shot him down.
A lot of drinks back then started with a shot of gin.
A lot of drinks back then started with a shot of gin. So if this really does date from that period, and that is questionable, who knows?
I'm excited to try this one.
I am too. I'm looking for... I don't have it, do I? Jeez.
I don't know what he's looking for. What are you looking for?
Pointing the shot?
Oh, I think that's over here.
It is over here.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Very good.
On the...
I really try hard not
tray.
to walk away every 3 minutes during this show, and sometimes I think, no, it was over there earlier. Here we go. 1.5 ounces is what I'm holding in my hand. This is still my favorite of these guys because so many things call for a shot, so many things call for 2 ounces. There's your 1 ounce measure. 2 of those, boom, done. And you can estimate like half ounces from what's in there. Thank you.
We're using Bootlegger 21.
That's pretty appropriate.
Actually, I think they changed it. It's just Bootlegger now.
Ah. Oh yeah, that's New York Craft Gin.
Yeah.
I believe it's the same gin. They make a couple varieties of gin.
It's from Prohibition Distillery.
Barrel-aged gin that they make, which is really nice. Really, really quite different. Half ounce of the sweet
in Roscoe, New York.
Let's get that going on.
We have another gin drink, so to keep this handy.
Running down a bottle of Carpano Antica, you could do so much worse for sweet vermouth than this bottle right here. This would really elevate your Manhattan cocktail. So let's make it elevate.
I'm not sure you could do much better, actually.
I'm not sure you could do better. It's really like a class act in vermouth. It's very aromatic. Okay, what else we got in this little item? Half ounce of Amaro. That practically is an Amaro. What do we have for an Amaro?
We have Campari.
We have Campari, which is very red. What's that? The green bowl.
Oh, you can do it.
Which is kind of amber, not red, but it was, the label's very orange. I thought it was close. Haven't used this in a while. Saw it down there. Decided to bust it up. Made in
Los Angeles.
Okay. Half ounce of the Amaro. I think the recipe just calls for Amaro. Right?
Yeah, it just says Amaro. It doesn't say which.
I think they recommend something.
I think
like,
if you did Campari, it would be redder. Just
a lot redder. Yeah, you're right. I think they were suggesting Ramazzotti, which is a very amber. Okay. And what else? And then 1/4 ounce of the Maraschino, which I just managed to dump in front of me. Isn't that a class
I'm glad the cap is on. Because otherwise, it would have dumped on my new throw run.
On our new job.
That would not be okay.
1/4 ounce. I probably have something resembling a 1/4 ounce in there.
You can get all the stickiness you want on our lovely new laminated countertop.
Yeah, there's still some left. This is good for a dash of maraschino. Otherwise, we got to get more maraschino. That's the last of the supply. Yeah. Okay, I believe that shakes rain. Lemon twist.
With a twist.
There we go. I like mine with a twist. So, I will use a huge rock here. It's all together.
It doesn't fit.
No, it fits. And you think, wow, how are you going to actually get this to shake? Well, pour slowly, and the alcohol will start to help dissolve the ice.
Science!
For science. And...
Hi, Gettysburg Man. Good to see you.
Hello, hello. Okay, that's getting nice and cold. Strain into a cocktail glass.
Do it.
I will be glad to. Could you fetch me the red umbrella?
Oh. Yes. We should have another one, too.
Yeah, there's a pink umbrella.
No, didn't we get more?
Oh, we do have one. Yeah, that's true.
Let me see if I can find one
Where
for
are these
me.
little umbrellas? These are from a pack called My Tai.
My tie. Get it?
From Fred. Fred has a lot of great stuff out there. And these are silicone
They're
rubber.
reusable.
They're totally impervious to what you're serving. And you just put it on your glass, you've got a little umbrella. Isn't that fun?
I'm gonna get a red umbrella.
Get a red umbrella too.
Jellos.
And I also ended up with a sidecar, which was highly appropriate for the Great War. And garnish.
I'm trying to do this without
With
spilling
your
my
twist.
drink. Okay.
There's a nice twist, and I'm going to actually twist that. Give myself a little bit of oil on the top there.
Okay.
And here we go. So the Red Baron is again amber. Well, maybe that's it. If I'd used the Campari, it definitely would have been red.
Oh, thanks, Gettysburg Man.
We'll give that a try.
All right.
And you know something? There's reasons for this, but that's going to taste like something else. And see if you can figure out what I think that tastes like.
A Negroni.
It does have some Negroni going on, and I think
A Negroni with maraschino.
And it also has
oh, sort of like an aviation too, yeah.
Yeah, which is highly appropriate. The Red Baron. There we go.
Oh.
Aviation. Oh. Tink, 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 tink.
Got it.
I tell you what, I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to gas mine with the cranberry bitters as well. And just hold that. I'm going to try to slip that right there so it sinks.
See, now I got to call yours Red Baron too.
Ah. Red Baron too. I tell you, these cranberry are great, and they are so gory. It's like it leaks.
Oh, they're great for Halloween.
Leaks like mad down the label, and you're like, "Wow, what happened there?" You know, it's just terrible. But they're really nice bitters. We like to use these at Fee Brothers. I'm all sticky, and I'm red.
I'm all sticky too.
I'm red, and I am barren. So
you're barren.
I've only started that cocktail. I'm feeling a little barren. All right, cleaning up. That's why we have that over there, folks. So now you can probably see, just barely see, a little layer of red at the bottom of there. It's like a sunrise effect. So that's the Baron at sunrise.
You just handed me your spent napkin.
It's all covered in fluid.
No, it's not. It's all dried out.
I just gave it a spritz. Oh,
and then you...
There.
Such a guy. Okay. Thank you.
Give it another spritz.
All right.
Oh, I tell you.
Get some of the stickiness off of me.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I discovered today is that when you get the, what do they call it? The laminate adhesive?
Yes. Contact cement.
Well, it's a little more hardcore than contact cement, but it's the idea of contact cement. Mm-hmm. When you get it on you, nail polish remover.
We'll get it off.
The way you get it off.
The solvent in the stuff is basically acetone. So when you pop that can, it stinks. High heaven. It is, wow. You really need to crack all the doors, windows, throw a big fan on it. You should be doing this in a garage bay with like huge ventilation. At home, it's like, why are you doing this, right?
Because we're crazy.
Because we're crazy. Here's the process. I mean, honestly, you want to do this? Go to a professional. But if you want to do this at home, you can buy the laminate. It comes in a big, like, 4x8 sheet, I think it is. Or
I found out about
anyway.
this from Retro Renovation. I'm sure most of you already follow Retro Renovation, but if you don't, and you're renovating a home, Retro Renovation, but she has entire blogs about retro laminate that you can still buy. And that was how I got the idea for this, really.
You just went with it. How do you apply this stuff in case anybody's interested? I'd like to do that too. Well, okay. So first of all,
hire someone.
You buy it in a big sheet. It is not cheap. It's not outrageously expensive, but it's going to cost you. You have to measure it out. You measure wider than you're actually going to be applying. This is a big rectangle in the back of me, so that was pretty easy. This has a little curve over there, which was a bit of a challenge.
Can't stop looking at it.
Yeah, right? Then you have to cut it. What do you cut it with? You could potentially use a craft knife, but wow, I think that would take forever. I just found some guy's YouTube video that said, oh, he just used the router. So I said I could use a spiral saw. So I just got the attachments for the Dremel and zip. That was a very good idea. I put a guide on it. That's not that critical because at the end of this whole process, you're going to trim it. Then you have to actually apply your cement to both surfaces. You let that set up about 20-30 minutes.
20 minutes.
For us, it was 20. It was pretty hot in there. And then you have dowels that you stick on top of the surface, which at that point is pretty dry to the touch. And you lay this on top the way it's going to go, and you position it so that it's ready to go.
And you have one chance.
You got one chance. That's why the dowels. They're just spacers, so nothing starts to stick. Because once it goes down...
Anthony DiMartini. No huffing fumes. Oh, we're making all kinds of jokes today.
Oh, I was huffing fumes. I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. I mean, really. This was glue. I mean, seriously. I was starting the show saying, you know, I'm very, very high right now. I don't need a drink, you know. Hello. You're going to be hanging from the rafters like Lloyd Bridges.
Exactly.
So you got the dowels in there, right? So you got this, you position it carefully, check it. Are you ready to go? Good. Remove one dowel and start pounding it down. And the next one, and you just smooth it all the way out, and then you put a roller on it. You can use it like a brazier, like you use for art.
We used a rolling pin.
Use a rolling pin. That was fine. I was thinking, am I good about to spend $25 on a one-use device? So I don't really have much of a need for a rubber roller otherwise, so I decided against it. And the other ones, there are ones that they make for the laminate flooring, which have a longer handle, so you can
those
get
are
to
really
roll.
Heavy.
And then there's ones that they make. Oh, they make ones that are really heavy too.
Hi, Amy, and hi, Larry.
Hello.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
There you go.
Good to see you.
So here's the kicker. Once you're done, you've got your piece in place, and you've obviously cut it wider than and longer than, which you've got some overhangs, and then you have to get.
We'll make a whole video showing you our luscious new countertop.
Got to get your router.
Oh, God.
This is our new router. Not that happy with this router, so I probably recommend that you buy a different brand. This came from a large home improvement kind of a place. And you get the correct bit. It's a flush bit, and you just trim it.
Take it away. It's all full of dust.
Yeah, it's full of dust, I got to tell you.
This place was so dusty earlier. Not gonna lie.
That's about a half-inch wide, and it cuts right through this stuff, and then you've got laminate dust everywhere.
Yay!
I've got some in places I'm not going to mention right now. No, I've taken a shower. It's no longer there, but it was all over. I'm sure
it's
we
like
find
sand
it.
at the beach.
It's sand at the beach. You know, I'm going to find it over there. Definitely behind this thing. There's still some more dust. So you're thinking to yourself, "Wow, that's complicated." Look, if you have a piece that you think I'd love to laminate that. Maybe you talk to a place that does this. Maybe you could take your piece there.
Oh, Michael, you know, I did take a little
faster.
bit of video today.
Yeah.
I didn't take any, I mean, I painted the coffee table today too, which was just, you know.
Yes, you did.
A little straightforward. And I took photos.
That was much more
I took photos of doing the coffee table, but. Hi, Aura. Good to see you.
Hello.
I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so new countertops.
Looking good.
New coffee table. This place had a facelift. We just have a couple more things to do, and we'll be done in here.
Well, it's really looking like it's supposed to. Things are in place. There are a lot of new things on the wall. The color itself, of course, is new to us by a matter of months.
Yeah, J-roller. Yes, you're right. We used a rolling pin.
The J-roller, absolutely.
Because we're cheap.
Absolutely. The J-roller, you can get...
Yeah, video of watching paint dry, Amy. Oh!
Yep.
Oh, Denise! Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, sure.
We were going to laminate the coffee table too, but then...
We decided against it, and at this exact moment, I'm like, that would have been a really hard cut, because it's a boomerang shape.
I mean, to me, it wasn't even so much that as...
You know, I might do it.
I decided I liked... It's green. And I was like, you know what? I want to keep it green. So we just went for a brighter green.
Yeah,
so,
lay down a new coat of paint. Overdue for a new coat of paint. She put it down. It's looking really good. It's a great little table.
I do say so.
We built that table. We built it on rock and roll. We did not build it.
The poor kid.
We might have built it on rock and roll. I don't know.
I went to buy the paint yesterday, and then I was like, I was gonna ask him for advice. You know, like I'm doing a coffee table. You know, do you think I need a sealer and everything? He had no idea what I was talking about.
Nope.
I knew more about paint than this kid did. I'm not gonna say what store it was, but he knew nothing about paint.
Well, he found his manager.
But he did try to help us, which is good.
Here was a young man with some initiative, I'm glad to say.
Yeah, he did, on his own volition, went and sought out advice. So cheers to him. Cheers to the kid at the paint counter.
I'm going to add my sideguard here.
He did a good job.
And that actually made it turn very red.
Lots of J rollers at Woodstock. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, there was some J being rolled. You don't say.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, folks, we're out of food, so your neighbor is your lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, boy. All light up. So, look, I just described the process. That's all you need to do. If you're sitting here saying to yourself, I'm not putting anywhere near that kind of work into this stuff, then I take it to a place. This finish is great. This is
love it.
This is like your countertops, but really, really cool. You'd love this stuff. All of you would love this material here. I'm sure if you have a good place that does this kind of work, they can order up anything, and I think that boomerang stuff, that formica, and they'll just nail it shut and it'll look really, really cool.
If you are interested in laminating a countertop, or anything for that matter, Retro Renovation has a lot of advice and places to order from.
So,
oh my gosh. Okay, well, good. Take care, Devin. Yeah, awesome.
Yep, please.
Good luck with your.
Good luck with that, because
your emissions test.
Yeah, it could go this way, it could go that way. Hope you've been maintaining. It's good stuff. Now, if you're more of a DIY person,
Gettysburg Ma'am says my neighbor's too salty to be lunch.
Oh,
you guys.
Now, on the other hand, if you're a real hardcore DIYer, and you're like, I already have the
Retro
tools.
Renovation.
I've got the saws, I've got the cutter, I've got the laminate thing. It's like,
a pink bathroom.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Denise has a pink. His mom had a pink bathroom. Well, she had a pink bathroom and green.
Yeah,
like the mint green.
Mint green.
No.
That was
I don't have that.
Most likely original to the house, which dates from construction was around 1962. So it did have those. So I just like the pink bathroom was
so cool.
The kids' bathroom, so we used that constantly. They even had like the pink sink and everything. That was just like regular stuff. It was just like, oh well, it's just the color towel you got.
Yeah, that he says Donner party of 8, 7,
6, 25. If anybody could name what I was taking that reference from, that's not actually Woodstock. It's more of a takeoff of Woodstock. Then you're in great shape. So, Denise, I don't know if you have a whole bunch of tools in the old workshop and you're like, I can handle that. Or if you're thinking to yourself, oh, sod that, I'll just take it to a guy. Yeah, find a place that can get all this laminate. Yeah, hire somebody. I think you'll be happier. I'm not saying we were about to jump out the window 2 hours ago. I was having a lot of grief with that.
No, it actually went a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our home projects don't go so well.
There's always that thing where you forget
Denise can router. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, well, then you got this.
This was just a flush router. As long as you reflect the way the tool is supposed to go. I didn't all the time, and I had a little bit of trouble. Once I got the hang of it, it was pretty easy. It just makes a mess. Take your piece out to the garage. I mean, really, take it out to the driveway with a huge tarp, and cleanup will be a lot easier. Once we were done, it says I am covered in this, and we have to vacuum everything. So the fact that I'm standing here at the bar with a countertop is a testament to the fact that we clean up fast. So, big fun.
Yeah.
Meantime, I'm still having the Red Baron. This is actually quite nice. I like this with basically a couple of.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am says our family home had the red brick 70s laminate kitchen floor with the really dark cabinets. I can totally picture that.
I remember that. That was that sort of that was like a lino that was in the brick face.
Yeah.
And did you have the brick face on the walls? It was fake brick, you know. There used to be a joint up in Boston called New England Brick Face, where they would like redo your kitchen and they put down this stuff and they start cutting channels and like color it so it's grout. And it was
really
fake brick, you know, just to get the look of it. And I think
how long have I known you? You've never mentioned that.
It's such a subtle thing. I remember seeing the ads where call New England Brick Face, and this was a thing at the time. So I think a lot of people had that brick on the walls in the kitchen. That was the fake brick, you know. A lot of the
now it's just another brick
in the face,
whatever.
you know. Brick in the face doesn't sound right. A lot of the houses
another brick in the face.
A lot of houses that they went where I grew up had the slate walk up to the front door that was different colors, all pastel colors. That's fun.
Oh, jeez.
I tell you.
Anyway.
So, big fun. So, I hope I've inspired some of you to consider some of these things. If you have all the tools, if you think I can handle this, still consider hiring somebody. That's just my recommendation. We're nuts enough to try these things ourselves, and maybe there's a few dings along the way, but at the end of the day,
I'm just trying to think.
It works.
What our absolute worst DIY project was. I'm gonna have to say pound for pound the bathroom.
Twice tiling.
Well, the first time we tiled, yeah, that was a nightmare. When we first bought the house, there was no shower. There was just a tub, and then there was like wood around the tub. So
it was that not homicide.
It was like
pegboard material. What do they call that stuff?
It was wood face like
it's like that compressed wood product, and they cut channels
paneling.
into it.
It was like wood paneling.
They cut channels into it so it looks like tile.
Yeah, so, it was wood that looked like tile.
Really, really cheap way to go. We got it in the kitchen. It looks fine. As a surround
Z-brick
for the tub, it was a terrible idea.
Yep, fake brick behind the stove and sink.
Z-brick.
I love it.
Oh,
I have a book that has a kitchen like that, a vintage decorating book.
So yeah, so we had that fake, that compressed panel board in the bathroom. Now around the sink, that was one thing. Around the tub was a terrible idea. It was pretty deteriorated most places, so that had to go. We ripped all that out. We also said, well, we need a shower. Got the plumbers in. They installed the shower head and whatnot. I remember there was a second of panic where they're like, we're supposed to tie into these taps? And
I'm like, I don't care, make it work.
okay. So we have a completely different control for the shower head.
I don't care what you do.
And then we had like basically raw wallboard and the shower, and we had to do something. So what do? You put down the cement board. So we had 1/4-inch cement board all around, buzz. Frankly, that was not the hardest job. And then you have to tile it. And there we are at 3 a.m. and I'm out mixing grout, and you're like mounting all these tiles. I'm cutting tiles and handing them to you. You're putting them up, and then once that's all in place, then it's like grout.
It was hell.
It was a long day, and then we still couldn't use the shower.
But that was nothing compared to when we decided to put in a new bathroom floor and tile the rest of the
Finished
walls.
the job. The floor was in terrible shape when we got here. At one point, I realized it was really deteriorated around the toilet because there had been a lot of leakage. So I just cut it all out.
Masonite, yes.
Masonite, thank you.
Masonite, yes.
I always forget Masonite. I think homicide, no.
Elizabeth, we're having red drinks, neither of which has been red so far.
This kind of got red, as a matter of fact.
They got red because we added...
Yours got redder.
I'm going to make another one.
The bitters improved it, I tell you. The Red Baron, that's pretty good. I kind of like it.
I'm going to keep my umbrella.
If you're in the mood for Amari...
For my next round.
Like, this is the thing. We were at that bar where we did DJ recently, beginning of the month. Conspiracy in Middletown, Connecticut. And they had a drink on the menu that had like 3 Amari. I'm like, oh, really? So I gave that a try, and I told the guy, yeah, I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I love that.
Be kind of better.
Oh, Denise, thank you. You're so sweet. I think about that because we want to do a really big addition that we're not going to do ourselves, but we our designer sent us plans, and it's huge, and I'm a little bit freaking out because it's going to be expensive, but I think, I'm not going to say if, when we do this, we need to do a show about it because it's going to be
It's going to be huge work.
Our designer is awesome. She totally gets our aesthetic, which is not the aesthetic of
She's figured it.
her other clients. But she gets it, and she's super respectful and sweet. So, yeah. We're doing this. We're doing this.
I really, I thank you for actually like coming up with that idea, or like, you know, reflecting that idea. You know, we should do a DIY show.
Yes, thank
you. Know, we do a lot of projects around here. I think we probably should just be shooting video all the time.
I know. Of course, we're usually not photogenic, but
while I was doing this today, I didn't look like this. That's for sure.
I looked like
I looked like
my ugly, sweaty, slightly insane cousin.
I looked like I just walked in off the beach. Hi. It says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Are you sure about that?
Gettysburg Ma'am says, I remember vividly the red brick floors and those ruby red clear hard plastic drinking cups my grandparents had. Oh my God. That's so cool. You wish you had them. I
remember.
So many things I wish I had.
I was thinking that's probably, it's not styrene.
Oh, Lisa,
It's probably ABS or something. Tiki Bryan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got interviewed on Coop Cooper a long time ago.
Ages ago. Yeah, you did.
Ages ago. Yeah. Oh, you weren't on there?
I don't think I was on that show.
Oh,
it was just you and Coop. Yeah, he did the thing with you.
Yeah, that was fun.
And Exotic Island with Tiki Bryan. Yeah, big fun. Those are two really fun shows.
Yeah.
So definitely worth your time to check those out. I will give a little plug to both of these gentlemen for years worth of service on internet radio and broadcasting.
I'm going to go grab apricot brandy.
You do that. I'll vamp.
Wait, is it apricot brandy? It is.
Apricot liqueur, apricot brandy, one of those. Brandy.
I'm going to grab apricot liqueur.
Whatever the hell you got.
Pardon me.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Yeah, we've actually heard those shows a number of times. They produce, I think it's weekly shows in both cases. I don't know if they're year-round or if they do seasons. It doesn't matter. There's probably hundreds of them by now. So, I mean, look, we do our thing. We have hundreds of shows. They do theirs. I respect that. As a fellow creator, I say, check them out. You know, I'll give him a little plug.
Oh, Cooper's great.
Yeah, he's very enthusiastic.
Well, they're all.
About
Tiki Bryan's great, too.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Tiki Bryan, please. You know, and really puts a deep dive into the music. I appreciate that.
All right.
I like the album cuts. You know.
We don't have apricot brandy. I'm going to do apricot liqueur.
Apricot brandy. Most brands.
This is a night for cheating.
Would be sweetened, so you're not far off.
Are you?
I can get you.
I'm sticky again.
Sticky again. That's because you've been handling the liquor.
I feel like we need to put in a sink behind this bar.
Hint.
Thank you.
And I tell you, that is yet another.
Elizabeth says, red brick floors and walls equal the 70s Pizza Hut dining room chic.
Boom. Boom.
That's really funny. So when we were house hunting, thank you. Mm-hmm. Would you mind grabbing me another shaker?
A shaker? Absolutely.
Thank you.
When we were house hunting.
When we were house hunting, the same day we saw this house, we saw, thank you, a house that I also really liked. I sometimes wonder, like, what would have happened if we would have bought that house? But
who knows what evil lurks?
The kitchen had these kind of stone walls. It was very dark. And I just kept thinking, if we did buy that house, we would have to go full Brady Bunch.
Time for that avocado fridge.
Yeah, because there was nothing else to do.
Which we could have had one too, as a matter of fact. A friend was getting rid of one. It was just a lot of work to get it here. That's always the thing. If you happen to own your F-150, that's one thing. And if you do, good.
The next drink I'm making is the Red Cloud, also from Mr. Boston.
Pardon me, folks.
It starts with 1.5 ounces of gin. Can you hear that? 1.5 ounces of gin. And, a 1/2 ounce apricot brandy. This is another one that's not going to be red. We should have brought over the red food color. half-ounce apricot brandy.
All this red and not a drop of red.
They all have red in the name.
I tell you. Well, who knows why it's called red this or that? Maybe the Red Baron was just a tribute to Rick Toffin.
It calls for grenadine, and they're probably thinking of the commercial grenadines that you can buy that are very red.
Very red. Because there's a lot of red food color in there. Probably cochineal.
Quarter-ounce fresh lemon juice.
You need one of these.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Quarter-ounce fresh lemon juice.
Oh, I lost my umbrella.
Oh, and a half-ounce grenadine.
Fully.
All right, well, that's more grenadine than the last one had.
Hello.
Why can't I say grenadine tonight?
I cannot answer. I kind of conceive, man.
Grenadine.
Mm-hmm.
Half-ounce.
Half an ounce. Our grenadine, of course, is made from pomegranate juice and sugar, and that's about it.
It's amber.
It is a very dark color, but it is not that just beet red, that fire engine red you expect from a grenadine. So you put it in a drink and you're like, well, it's not as red as, and that's the thing. Is it good grenadine? It's excellent. I'm dropping a lot of things tonight.
That one.
You're dropping a lot of things tonight. That's one of those
I'm
things.
surprised I can pick things up, because it was also outside today brushing rust off of plant stands in hopes of painting them tomorrow. And that was no joke. That was hard on my hands.
Oh, seriously, you had the manual brush.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the one that goes in the drill. That's great.
So.
But also a lot of vibration.
Anyway,
I tell you, that router.
More home improvement.
Oh man! Tomorrow my carpals are going to be
a red
rum.
Amy, how do you make a red rum?
Red rum.
We can do that.
If you have a formula and want to drop it on us, we will consider.
Oh, okay. Anthony says, "Oh, Gettysburg, ma'am, I love a good avocado icebox, right?" Anthony says, "I have a total off-topic question."
Let's say that if you join ASCAP and BMI, I think the answer to that is no.
Yeah, no.
Not as a matter of course. It gives you very specific rights as a member. And if you're a songwriter, for instance, this is very good.
I belong to ASCAP, believe it or not, because I've written the songs.
Because we were songwriters.
So I'm actually a member of ASCAP.
But you could consult with the people at ASCAP. If you're a member, for instance, I think they're a lot more likely to want to talk to you about that sort of thing. There are specific licenses for bars that allow them to use the music. I remember, who was it? The late lamented Lunwa. Actually, the newer owner. He'd been the owner since about 2012 or 13, I think. Fantastic guy, Chris. And he had to let the place go this year just because of. And I remember talking to him about music, and he said they were playing some music and they were getting a lot of grief because of the fact that they didn't have all the licenses. And I think he just went to Pandora, and there was a specific license for restaurants. He pays a fee. Pandora takes care of everything. Done.
I love all the shows you guys are mentioning on Facebook, by the way. I just want to say, I love it.
Got the cube. Ping.
Oh, the Red Tide. Okay, from Beach Bum Berry. Okay, yeah, Larry suggested the Red Tide. I'm positive we have that in a book, but yeah, let's make it. Let's do it.
Cool. Okay, that's really
We have all of that. Thank you, Larry.
I was about to whip up something that I think you don't ordinarily hear me talk about, and I think a lot of people...
Well, okay, let's try the Red Cloud, though.
A lot of people would deride, but I think I'll do it because I'm out, after all.
Oh, Luxuria. Yeah.
At one point, I think we knew 4 or 5 different DJs at Luxuria. Currently...
We still know a few.
I still know a few. I know that Lee Joseph is still doing a show.
That's really good.
Over Under Sideways Down. That's a great retro show. This one is the Red
Cloud.
The Red Cloud. I don't know what in the world that has to do with Red Cloud. It is not red. But it's actually
it's not cloudy.
A very good sour.
But it's good.
There we go.
Yeah, I love you guys. I love all of these shows.
I'm going to say that a lot of the streaming services out there probably do have a rights thing because they've paid a fee for the rights. Some professionals in the business will say, well, they haven't paid enough. Well, that's an opinion.
Well, yeah.
And that's also based on digital Millennium copyright. And maybe it's like a really old concept, and maybe that needs to be revisited. But as of right now, if you use one of these services, you go to Spotify, you go to Pandora, you've got access to a lot of things for free with a lot of ads or by paying a fee. Are you a commercial establishment? You can pay a different kind of a fee, and one of these services will probably take care of the licenses. I've heard of that for Pandora. I don't know about Spotify, but I suspect if you were to contact them, that's the thing.
Cocktails.
And you have access to literally millions of songs. It's a good concept. I'm not going to say this is the best idea for songwriters and songwrites. I think that idea does need to be revisited. I say that as a songwriter. And I also respect copyright. So as of right now, you can do that sort of thing. But if you're thinking about that for whatever purposes you're doing, you look into that from that angle, and you can certainly also contact your services contact us.
Oh, that sounds good, Amy. That sounds
Navy
really
Strength.
good.
We've got. We probably have that exact thing.
We do. Yeah, I'm looking at.
We have good cherry liquor. We have excellent orange liquor, and we don't have lime zest per se. We're close. We're close.
Yeah, lemon twists.
We have lemon twists.
Well, we have limes in the fridge. I just didn't juice any because we were using lemons tonight.
Oh wow.
Well, of course. Red rum.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Rights for music. Are you a musician? You want to perform songs live? You pay a certain kind of fee. Are you a musician? You want to do a cover version of a song? You're paying a different kind of a fee. I believe that's just called a mechanical.
Red Tide.
You're actually, and that's all based on the idea. The mechanical in that was talking about piano player music. That's how old that concept is. A lot of the rights involved with music is about songwriting and sheet music. It's 150 years old at this point. And you think that the powers that be that are involved might just get together and say, this is what needs to happen in 2021. Because some of these things are a little antiquated, and we got 5 different sets of rights here. It's confusing as all get out. However, you can find very good information on good legal sites about that kind of copyright that will tell you some things. And if you're like hardcore, you're like, well, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. We're going forward with a project. We have some money. You can always hire an entertainment lawyer and just navigate all of that stuff.
Velveteen Lounge Kitchen. Come for the cocktails. Stay for the copyright law.
Stay for legal advice. I do not give legal advice. I'm not an attorney. However, I can refer you to a professional legal person for such things. So. And frankly, I recommend that kind of thing.
Wait,
on a more casual basis, check the services, because a lot of these services do have the rights locked up a very specific way. You pay a fee, they've already paid the licensing. So that's it.
Right, well that's bars.
Yep.
Like that's why bands can go into a bar and play a cover of a song.
The band has actually paid a fee.
No, the bar has paid a fee.
No, the bar has paid a fee.
Right.
The band has an agreement with the bar for specific things, and obviously the bar is taking that into account, that it has already paid this fee, the band is doing this, that's why there's like whatever the agreement is.
Exactly.
So, you see your guy up there on his guitar or his piano, and he's just like playing Piano Man. It's like, there's a reason he can play that. So, there we go.
Maybe we should change our tagline. Come for the cocktails. Stay for the bargain basement legal advice.
Stay for the bargain basement copyright law. I will tell you. Again, I reiterate, I'm not giving legal advice of any kind outside of...
You're even doing that for legal reasons.
Yeah, outside of if you actually think you have an issue, seek legal advice. Really go to a lawyer.
Volunteer lawyers for the arts is cheap.
They are.
Ask me how I know.
They are.
Anyway.
And there is absolutely pro bono out there that you can access. And if you say, like, look, I've got resources, I just want to hire somebody, you can absolutely find somebody.
There are lots of lawyers who would like to be hired.
Yeah. Copyright is a little arcane.
How do we get back to retro home renovation?
Well, we just touched the surface again and go, oh, how smooth. How classic.
Yes, for those of you just joining us.
How impervious.
Please behold.
Behold
our new laminate countertop.
Laminate countertop. This stuff is literally 1/8 of an inch thick and as tough as nails. This is so nice.
Touch it. Love
Great
it.
stuff. This is exactly the Formica type stuff that goes into your countertops in your kitchen, right?
Yeah, Anthony
so
says I paid for sync licenses for live music and karaoke.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
The synchronization license, the mechanical license, you know, there's 3 or 4 different things. With that stuff, I think you also just go to the wine agency. I think that's still Harry Fox. And if you're thinking to yourself, Harry Fox sounds like something out of 1910,
what's it called now?
Then yeah, it does. I'm going to start on something. Because I'm sitting here yakking.
No, because I paid for rights to a song, and it was...
What are they calling it now?
I'm trying to remember the name of the place.
It used to be Harry Fox.
I can't remember the name. It has a new name. Whatever. Moving on.
Red Shaker.
Getting back to home renovation.
Let's find some drinks that are red or should be red.
Or should be red.
Or should be red.
You can go grab the red food color. Everything would be red.
So I will dictate, and if you could take this down, I would be appreciative.
Now, which one is this?
I will actually, I'll do this first, and then...
Now, what's it called?
Oh, I'll tell you what it's called in a minute. We'll start with this. Shot of vodka.
It's a mystery.
Shot of vodka. Actually, no, 2 ounces. 2 ounces of vodka. We'll go with 2. Happen to be using bootlegger vodka. This is the basis of their gin.
Hold on. 2 ounces vodka. I have no idea what he's doing.
Okay. This actually, they use really good, I think they're using New York grain in this. They distill this like 7 times or whatever. Heart of the distillation. It's a really clean tasting vodka. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, I drink amber spirits, vodka's all the same. Try good vodka.
They make bourbon.
Try some plastic bottle vodka and find out the difference. There's a difference there. It's not going to make you start sipping vodka. It's not a sipper. But if you're making a vodka-based drink, use a quality product. I believe in that.
Okay, so.
Okay.
2 ounces of vodka.
I do have a triple sec over here. Don't know. Yes, I do.
Vodka. Also clear.
Also clear. How about that? Half ounce of that.
Okay. I still want to go to that ice bar in Las Vegas. The bar that's like entirely ice. I hate being cold, but I still want to go there.
I want to try it out. There's an ice bar, and I think either Sweden or Denmark. Might be Norway. Can't tell you. Somewhere in the very cold northern European region where the entire thing is ice. The bar is ice. There's like a big
that's like the one in Las Vegas.
That will serve you your drink into your glass out of ice.
That's like the one in Las Vegas.
Okay, so you got that half ounce of that ounce lemon. And let's actually add about an ounce of cranberry.
I feel like you just lost me. Let's see what happens.
It's pale pink. I'm going to improve this immediately. Once again, I'm reaching for the cranberry bitters to make this a little more red because it's red drinks time. Here's a drink which would normally be pretty red because they'd be using like that cranberry cocktail that's very red. What we're using is a juice blend, so it's a little less red. I like it better. It's all juice. Shake with ice.
Okay.
There we go.
You might wonder, like, why is she writing all this down? Because all of our Patreon patrons will get all of these recipes tomorrow. So,
everything's still a little dusty around here, so I'll dust the glass.
Yeah, probably a good idea to do some dusting.
Probably a pretty good idea, and unless you like drinking ground up laminate, and strain into your cocktail glass. Oh, this is a delightful pink.
I'm good. I've had plenty of laminate dust today. Oh, that is very pink.
Ooh, how about that? That worked out well.
Now, what are you calling this?
Folks, I made something that you've probably had in your life, and you can certainly get in any commercial bar in the States right now.
Oh, I know what this is. Durr.
This is the much maligned Cosmopolitan.
Wait, weren't we just talking about Cosmopolitans last week?
Perhaps that's why it's on my mind.
Paulsmopolitan.
The Paulsmopolitan involves very fresh ingredients. There's no sour mix in there. This is fresh juice. This is all cranberry. You can even get that which is just straight cranberry. This is extremely tart. You want to use a very little of that, but it is very red.
Oh, yeah. Hi, dog. Yeah, Iceland. Abra says, how about a Bloody Mary?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have any tomato
We have
juice,
no tomato
but
juice.
that would be red. So good call.
And apparently, the Bloody Mary, in its original incarnation, was usually called a red snapper. Chew on that for a second.
So retro cocktail.
There we go.
Yeah.
I really thought about getting tomato juice so we could make a red snapper, and we just did not have time today to duck out. It was all about getting that into place, getting it tamped up. So this is a very nice
Hi, Miko
pink
9.
color. It's a very fresh tasting drink. You can get a Cosmo in a lot of places where it's just like a lot of sour mix, too much of the sweet stuff, and you're just like, hey, let's have some fun. It's just kind of a beach drink, and it just is like, you're thinking to yourself, it's a junk drink. It doesn't have to be. I think it's a good thing. I like them made properly. It's a nice sour with a nice red color. So there you go.
I would like the experience of going to the ice bar. Wait, I got it right on. Paul's
Paul's Mop.
Paul.
Big fun.
I cracked myself up. I just cracked myself up.
You see, this is the difference between this cocktail show and some other cocktail shows. We like to have a light heart about this and a good perspective. I will make a Cosmo. A lot of places would just dismiss that. It's a junk drink. It's candy.
Well, they're like, oh, Sex in the City. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But
we're using a really high quality triple sec. It's all fresh juice. It's all cranberry cred. You know, it's all juice cream.
But no, I'm not gonna put down other people's cocktail shows because you know what? I enjoy some of those cocktail shows.
I do too.
So anyway,
I do too. I'm not maligning anybody. I'm just saying that we will do this. Some folks would just dismiss this out of hand, but I think this is a good drink. So.
Lisa says, I haven't listened in a while, but they played a song, and I believe it's called The Salesman, and Jonathan Winters was a voice in the song. Oh, do you know that one?
Luxuria. Oh, no, I can't say I have, but he did so many projects.
I feel like Paul would know that because he worked in the record store for so long.
I did, and that is not ringing any bells. That kind of sounds like one of those spoken word projects, like Get the 2,000-Year-Old Man with Brooks and Reiner, which is classic, hilarious. You've got...
Wait, is that Albert Brooks and Rob Reiner?
Different Reiner, different Brooks.
Oh, I was going to say.
Mel and Carl, of course, they did 2,000-Year-Old Man.
Yeah, well...
They did the 2001-Year-Old Man a year later because the first album sold really well. And then they did one, like, 40 years later that was like 2040 or something. There was like another one that they just went, and they're just riffing.
I think I might make a Negroni, but you guys have suggested such good drinks, though, including you, Amy.
We're interested.
Gotta decide what we're making.
The Negroni has a lot of Campari, so that's a good idea, right?
There's an ice hotel in Quebec City.
Oh, it's certainly a lot closer than Iceland or Norway or Sweden.
We've been to Quebec City, but we didn't go to the ice hotel.
I didn't go to the ice hotel. That would have been fun.
I just got my passport renewed.
I remember actually.
Excited to use it again.
Didn't we hit the bar at the big hotel there? And there was, we had some really nice drinks at the time. It's a really swank hotel. We didn't stay there, but we did actually have a drink there.
We stayed at a very nice hotel.
We stayed at a really, really nice hotel, frankly. But the big hotel there, a few more Canadian dollars. And I would say, we did better. We had a drink there. That hotel bar was really nice. And Quebec City remains the only walled city in North America.
Lisa says it was spoken voice and backup singers.
Okay, so that sounds a lot like what I'm talking about, because that starts to sound like one of those Ken Nordine projects. He did, I think, 3 albums, early 60s, called Word Jazz. Okay. And it was him and a jazz guy, I can't remember the guy who did this with him. And it was just a band riffing along, and Nordine has this basso profundo voice. He used to do commercials where he just starts talking like this. And he's very calming, and he's doing this sort of thing. And it's very beatnik. Those are a lot of fun. Recommended. And then there is How to Speak Hip, which was Del Close and John Brent. That is a pretty hilarious record. 1961. It's an instructional record of how to speak beatnik.
Is it a car salesman?
The used car
There
salesman,
are a lot of
perhaps?
places to listen to it. I'm trying to... Okay, whenever you search on a celebrity, it tries to give you their net worth, and I'm like, he's very dead.
Whatever his net worth was...
He doesn't have a net worth.
He doesn't have it now. His estate may still be hawking Jonathan Winters stuff.
But
yeah.
But there are a lot of places you can potentially listen to this if it's a car salesman.
Yeah, that sounds starting to sound a little familiar.
Oh, yeah, Amy! Yay! Passport renewed.
Yep.
I'm in. Count me in.
So, yeah, if you actually turn up this exact Winters thing, and you want to drop a link, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm describing a lot of similar projects, which I've heard of in my time, which are well worth your ears. I would say How to Speak Hip, you would all find a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
That used to be impossible to find, but now you just go to the internet. It's all there. And the Ken Nordine word jazz stuff is a lot of fun. Really pretty killer. And I'm trying to think of what else actually sounds like that, like words over that. Oh, geez. Obviously, Kerouac. Jack Kerouac made 3 albums. 2 of them are with the Steve Allen trio. And it's like just a piano jazz trio behind Kerouac speaking. These are sort of like the ultimate beatnik cool. Yeah, you can probably find all of that.
There's a lot about Ken Nordine online, too.
Yeah, he was a character. He was
he just died in February 2019.
Wow. Wow. I was
98 years old.
He did it. Good career. Good career.
And he was active until he died.
Very commercial voice, so he did well. But he was he was also highly hip. And he was one of those people who was probably very familiar with, who am I thinking of? Like jazz musician.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am, that's such a good idea. If you're not following us on YouTube right now, Gettysburg Ma'am suggested a Grey Gardens theme night.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Now there's a left field direction for you. Hello.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you. That is such a good suggestion. No commentary, please.
What? No. I have actually seen... Have we actually seen the documentary by now? I think I've seen parts of Grey Gardens.
I actually had to... When I saw Grey Gardens, I had to leave the room because I was so disturbed. But...
It's...
but just because it hit home. I'm not gonna make any comments beyond the fact that it hit home.
It is a really classic documentary that tells something about a section of a classic American family. So, well worth your time. It's a pretty interesting bit.
Amy, I got mine back pretty quickly too, my passport.
It didn't take that long.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
We put a date that we needed it by.
Yeah.
I gave a dummy date just to inspire some speed from the bureaucracy. And it seemed to work in your case. Mine is still outstanding. So we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, I got mine back. So and it wasn't that long. It was earlier in the summer that I went and got my pictures taken, and I haven't. So
as far as I know, as of right now, you can get north of the border, but they cannot get south of the border. And that's a real shame. That sounds inequitable to me.
Now, is it supposed to be essential travel for us if we go up there?
Yeah. I don't think I have essential travel again.
I don't know.
I think I have
tourism
travel.
I don't know. I want to go.
We have...
I'm up for
we
going.
have been, and I certainly recommend, Quebec City. A lot of fun. Montreal is one of the great cosmopolitan cities on this orb right now. If you haven't done Montreal, you've really got to do that. It's just a great walking city, and it has so much at all times that you cannot possibly get the experience in a weekend. But like, I've been there a few times. Really, really like that city. So that's your north of the border. Now, our compatriots in Toronto would tell you, well, no, you really got to hit
I've got to get to Toronto. I haven't been to Toronto.
And check it, because there's another thing there. So yeah, I would like to definitely do that. That's not that much for
Gettysburg Ma'am, yes. I love that idea.
Hello.
I'm all about doing this now. I gotta see Grey Gardens again.
Great documentaries.
I do research for these things, you guys. Oh yeah, a good tiki-ish bar. Yep. When we went, oh, okay. Abra says I haven't been to Montreal since the late '80s. We were there probably '90s.
Last time we were there, I believe it was 1999.
99.
Which means we're well overdue.
Yeah.
To get back, because.
But we've been to Quebec City in that was 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Itself quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
And the simple
fact
is,
we didn't go to any tiki bars.
Not Quebec City. I don't think there is any, but Montreal, which used to have a Trader Vic's, and also used to have a Kontiki, long gone, does have a joint, doesn't it? So that's well worth looking into. And you know, the simple fact is, for us in New York State, Montreal is like an 8-hour drive.
Less.
7-hour drive? Maybe it's 7.
Less, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that much. I mean, I used to think, wow, 7 hours. But yeah, we actually trucked out to Cleveland recently. That's a 7-hour drive. It wasn't that much.
No, because we were in Lake George, what, a week and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was saying Montreal was
185 miles, maybe.
Which means that Montreal from here is probably 5 hours.
Yeah, come to think of it, Montreal to Lake George and here to Lake George is about the same. That's 5 hours. Okay, I no longer have an excuse not to go north of the border, except for current public health considerations. There we go. Done that. When conditions have stabilized,
I'm up for a trip.
I will absolutely do this.
For a trip.
We have very good friends north of the border. It's such a great city. Definitely ready to go.
Oh, okay. Go 9 says next time you're in Toronto, check out the Shameful Tiki Room and the Port Light.
I was saying I'm shameful, but the Port Light.
We will.
Port Light, a great Trader Vic drink. And as a matter of fact, there's a couple of versions of that.
Hi, Hugo 8-track.
Hey, Hugo.
Oh. Hugo says, working at the antique stores, I'm always thrilled when people from Montreal come. They're so progressive and have such good taste. I love that.
You know, I think it's a very hip town.
Yeah.
It was established, I'm trying to think, around the same time as which U.S. city. I can't even think. It's just, we're talking probably 250 years at this point, or more. Probably more like 300. And it has a very strong French colonial component. And a very strong English component. This is kind of the crossroads of Canada, I think. And I think these people they're very cosmopolitan. There is a real parallel deli scene to New York City. New York, of course, has its pastrami, and Montreal has smoked meat.
That's right.
What the hell's the difference? Not a lot. The debate rages, but what the hell? If you're into such things, great things can be had there. And by the way, Hugo?
Michael's passport was denied with no explanation, but resubmitted. Okay, good. Got it in 8 weeks. I think mine probably took about 8 weeks, too.
You know, Michael, one thing I've been doing as a paralegal is actually participating in some pro bono, and one of the things that we have been doing is helping interpreters from Afghanistan. Whoever helped the U.S. Army over the past 20 years, of course, immediately had a target on his back from
Where are you talking
the Taliban.
This?
So,
you
know, I worked with several lawyers to help people to actually complete applications to come forward. And that process is endless. Endless. So when I hear you talk about like, oh wow, I was denied. Yeah, I heard about these things. People get denied for no reason.
Although he did help people who helped us get into the country, so.
Well, look, these were very specific people. And like currently, there's complete chaos happening there. I really sympathize. I wish this situation was better. We'll do our best with what's what. It's going to be really tough. But I've considered that a good project, and I will say that that's what I start to think of. When you say, I was denied for no reason. Yeah, a lot of people were denied for no reason.
That sucks.
No, that's pretty cold.
That sucks.
That's pretty cold, mister.
That's cold. No explanation.
So, Hugo,
But
by the way, I just wanted to represent, I was listening to this recently, and I gotta say, boy, did this sound great. A lot of fun. If you don't have a copy of this, it's probably not that hard to find. I definitely recommend Bitches Bro 8. So,
we gotta work this out. Amy would prefer another driver in the car. I vote for Paul. Normally, I'm the one who drives. Like, I love to drive. I drive everywhere, but when it's a weird driving situation, he's got nerves of steel, so.
I kind of do. I need sufficient caffeine, and after hours is okay by me. You have a real problem with that these days. I understand that. It's a pain. I don't really love driving late, but I will do it.
Oh, Lisa, I know.
Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Oh,
I lost my social security card so long ago. Ugh.
Well, hello.
I should get a new social security card. I never have because I'm like, why? But you make a good point.
When I was a kid, there was a Sec card for me, and it was a piece of paper about this big.
No, I had it.
Piece of paper.
I had it.
You know, it's so easy to lose. I don't
my
even know
mom
where it
gave
is.
it to me, like, here's your social security card, which I then proceeded to lose.
I mean, that was then, and these days, this stuff is all online.
Yeah.
Isn't this in a database somewhere? Yeah. Government? You know? I'm just saying.
Paul's Metropolitan. I just cracked myself up. Alright, I gotta make something else.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide whether to make red tide or red rum.
Go with the red rum. Red rum sounds fun.
He's telling me to make red rum.
Campari, cherry, orange.
Oh, boy.
You got. We need to go grab you a cherry liqueur and the navy rum. Be right back.
Am I just gonna be loaded after this? We'll all find out together, won't we? So Amy sent the recipe for red rum from kindredcocktails.com.
We are.
What?
We're out of American fruits. Here's your navy rum.
We are out of American fruits. Believe it or not.
Even better than that.
We took our bottle of sour cherry cordial next door for our fabulous new neighbors, and we managed to kill it with our fabulous new neighbors. So we're substituting.
Well, they're very generous, and I'm glad to be generous with them.
Now our neighbors rock.
And I'm going to keep that.
Oh, I have to send the original document. Yeah. Yeah, but I did get my passport back. So I didn't expect that. I thought, well, I just have to send it in and whatever that's in that. And they sent it back to me. So, yeah.
Well, you know, an obsolete passport is one thing, but your driver license? You think I kind of need that? Yeah.
Oh, Hugo says, I have a friend who's an immigration attorney. Period. But when we're out and about, she just tells people she's an interpreter because the atmosphere is so strange nowadays. I can see that.
I got that.
Good night, Anthony. Good to see you.
So nice of you to drop by. We will see you in a week, I hope. And if not, we'll see you in a couple weeks. What the
We're
heck?
making red rum.
Red rum.
I need a shaker. And I need the... whatever the heck we need for this drink.
Here. There you go.
Okay. Larry, I'm excited to try the one you sent too. I want to make sure I'm still standing at the end of this, so we might try it next week, but I'm excited to try it nonetheless.
I would tell you, my daytime work, my ordinary work, is global, and I deal with a lot of regulators around the world, and there's an awful lot of demand for original documents, original signatures, notarization, legalization, all this kind of stuff, the red ribbons and all this stuff. And I think in a global economy, you should all be working with virtual documents.
Okay, so...
and none of them are. So they're all demanding, I need this, I need this, I need this. I hear what you're saying. I think it's a pain.
Red rum.
I really kind of object to that.
1.5 ounces of Navy strength rum. I'm using Smith and Cross.
Smith and Cross is very nice, thank you.
I didn't quite get there. Okay.
There you go. Hey, you don't want to rip yourself.
And 1/2 ounce Campari. Have that. This one might actually be red, you guys.
It could happen. So the Navy strength in this case is 114. Wow, that'll put some hair on your chest. It's not the highest proof that you're going to get out there.
Oh, look, it's already kind
That's
of
probably
red.
190, but you wouldn't want to use that necessarily. And of course, there's always the vaunted 151. But 114 is pretty heavy.
What are we using for? Oh, we're going to use the. Yeah.
Happen to have a cherry liqueur we made by infusing cherries. This is where our cocktail cherries come from.
Okay, we need 1/2 ounce. I don't want to pour it.
I can pour it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Yep.
I'll let Paul pour it.
Very carefully. You got a 1/2 ounce right here.
I don't want cherry liqueur all over my bar.
There you go.
1/2 ounce cherry liqueur.
Okay, well, I'm going to set that right down.
Okay.
Ah! See, it's sticking to me. Punk.
It feels my pain. Okay.
It does.
And 1/4 ounce. They say dry Curacao. Let's do 1/4 ounce Curacao.
We happen to have a really nice Curacao. I believe it's this.
Yes.
There you go.
1/4 ounce.
I did you for it. The Pure Ferrand, which is called for in this, is really, really good. Definitely recommend it.
Oh,
We're
wait.
out of it.
It calls for lime zest. We don't have that.
Use some of that peel, and I think
Oh, yeah, I'll just use the lemon peel.
I'm not going to zest limes right now. I'm just saying.
No.
I mean, under certain circumstances, I might zest limes at 9:20
Let's take a lemon
on a Wednesday, but I'm not going to do that right now.
Let's. All right. Stir the booze with lime zest in a mixing glass. Double strain into a chilled rocks glass. Serve neat. I'm going to shake it.
Oh, you shake it with ice and strain into a cocktail glass. I'll give you your umbrella.
It's like double stirring.
I tell you what, girlie, I'll give you your umbrella right there.
Thank you.
And boom.
It's like double stirring.
Yeah.
Did you write this down?
No. We can get there. Not a problem.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right,
geez.
I gotta catch up with everyone. I think we're caught up though. All right, I think we're caught up.
Embossed on a piece of aluminum. Whoa.
Wow.
That's kind of heavy. Today
Okay.
you buy an aluminum wallet so you can actually, like, stop the RFID. Mm-hmm.
Is it real?
Yes, it is. There you go. No, that's the right size glass for that.
It's kind of red.
It is pretty red.
This is the red rum.
The red rum should be pretty heavy. That's 114 proof going in.
It's good.
Hello. Thank you, Amy. You suggested a really
Yeah,
nice one here.
I might have added a little bit of lemon juice too, but it's good. I like it.
Yeah, that is pretty booze forward. The recipe was saying it's pretty booze forward. Correct. Correct.
So
some drinks are like that.
It's completely boozy. It's
kind of boozy.
Booze forward.
The fact is, a lot of drinks are booze forward. A martini, a Manhattan, a daiquiri is booze forward. I mean, there's a lot of hooch in there, and there's not much else.
A lot of hooch.
A martini and a Manhattan are all liquor, so you got to think about that when you're drinking these things. Is it some sort of hideous thing? No, they're very nice. You might start to think about repeatability. I tend to start heavy and dial it down.
It's a good one for Halloween because
well, hello,
red rum.
Red rum. So.
And we're gonna be there before we know it.
Oh boy. Well, at least within August, we got our laminate happening, people. Isn't that fun?
Gotta bring it back to the laminate.
Always back to the laminate. Are you interested to do this project yourself? Contact us. I will describe the whole process and dissuade you from doing it. But if you insist, it's not that hard. It's just a freaking mess. That's all.
Booze forward because it's murder.
Yeah, really.
Yes. Oh, hi, Paula. Good to see you.
Hey.
Yay.
I'm old-fashioned.
Hooch. We say hooch all the time around here.
Oh, please. I think you're fond of an old-fashioned coffee.
I am.
Yeah.
I like an old-fashioned.
The old-fashioned is a
He doesn't
really
like the old-fashioned, but I do.
simple, bittered sling. It's just a few ingredients. It's the sort of thing that dates from about 1814, that kind of thing. And I happen to like vermouth drinks a little more. The bitters is a great idea. And we both happen to really lean towards sours. Sours potentially came a little later, but not that much later.
But, ooh, the computer's sticky. Can you give me
glad to.
some spray?
Some spray, please. Perhaps a towel.
Thank you.
Perhaps
Gotta get the
is.
stickiness off of the laptop.
Don't get the computer sticky.
No, it's good.
Everything else is dusty because it's laminate. We don't want to get the computer sticky.
But just look at that shine.
It's a floor wax.
It's a dessert topic.
It's a floor wax.
It's a dessert topic. And if you get that reference.
Okay, the actual design, I believe, was cracked ice.
Yeah, it's the cracked ice design.
Yeah. If you look that up, you'll see it better
Lisa,
than I can show
shared
you.
a picture on Patreon.
Okay. So if you take a look at Patreon, you can see.
You're a patron.
And you're a patron.
I shared a Patreon-only picture on Patreon.
I can't actually put this on camera in a way that you'd see it
but we will make a video. We will make a video for next week.
You can definitely see it. It's a cool design that you'd love. And it's attainable. It's not that hard to get there.
Let me find.
And again, you can do it yourself. It's a freaking mess. I recommend renting a tent and doing the whole thing in there because the glue stinks like mad. It's just heavy adhesive.
If you search on cracked ice laminate, you'll see it.
You'll see
it immediately comes up.
Yeah, not a big deal. Places make this stuff.
Abra has a cracked ice dinette table. We have our dining room table is cracked ice, and it was his aunt's great aunt.
Yeah, my father's aunt.
Great aunt.
On that table.
Yeah.
Probably dates from the 1920s, and we're still using it. It needs some work, but we have maintained it for years. We gave it a paint job a couple years ago. It's looking good. So fun.
Not the laminate part. We didn't paint that.
No, we didn't paint that.
Painted the legs.
That's actually
really needed painting.
That's actually a steel top table with the baked on finish, like the what do they call that? The porcelain finish. Yeah, that could that could take a hit from a bigger nitric acid probably. It's really heavy, and it's exactly what you want on a tabletop. It's really nice. When I inherited that table, it was covered up with contact paper. Why?
Really? I don't remember that.
No, that went long ago. At the time that had happened, I thought, this is not good, so I peeled it off and cleaned it up.
Dad's dining table is cracked ice.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ours doesn't really have chrome.
The chairs have chrome. Yeah, chairs have chrome.
Well, but we bought the chairs separately.
The table does not have chrome. It's a completely different thing. Yeah. It's good to know about re-chroming services because the chairs, they sit in your garage, they start to get a little rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know how to redo that. It's like when you're doing a hi-fi, you got to clean this up, got to clean that up, got to replace parts.
Speaking of redoing chrome, has anyone else been watching the new season of Car Masters Rust to Riches?
Ah!
I love that show so much.
Fun show. Yep.
Or is it just me?
It's me too. Live it. Really good stuff.
I love it. No, that's a different show. Rust Valley Restorers. That's the one in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Gotham Garage. That's it. Gotham Garage. Yeah.
Gotham Garage is based in Temecula.
Temecula, California.
Yeah. It's a fun crew. They're really
Lisa,
fun
yeah. Right? I went to Retro Renovation and went to the company, and you can just buy the stuff now.
It's available right now. There are so many products out there that
we had to wait like a month.
Yeah.
It's not a quick project, but
it took us a while to get to it, but still, the material got to us.
No, but It took like a month to get to us, and then it took us probably another 2 months to get to the project.
To actually actualize the project?
But anyway, from vision to
completion,
finished product, probably 3 months. But
cutting this stuff is a bit of a challenge, but it's not that crazy. Applying this stuff is very straightforward. It's just messy. And then finishing it off with the router is a freaking mess. And once you're done, you vacuum it all up, clean it all up, and you're done, and it's just fabulous. Like, I am pretty happy right now that this was done and we're looking at it. And, you know, it's just like, it's the hard shell finish. It's so nice. I could spill anything on that. Would not be a problem. It cleans up at a touch. It's really hardcore.
I know.
Love that. Love that. There are so many products out there you can buy that are pretty retro, and the companies making them are like, oh, we made this for 75 years.
Yeah.
They're still making it.
And they make it in other colors. They make it in yellow and I think green.
Yeah.
Because we were originally going to do green, and then I saw the red, and I was like, oh, shut it down. We're doing red.
Laminate, Formica, tabletop. Vinyl tile you can get in great colors. That's been made for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have our kitchen done up in yellow vinyl tile.
No vacuum connection on the router.
Yeah, should have. No, cheap router from, I'm not going to name the place, but you know where it comes from.
It rhymes with Marburg grade. I
was not that happy with the device, and then I realized I was doing something wrong, and then I was still not happy with it for other reasons. So, you want to do a project like this, you're going to have to invest some money in a good router.
He's cussing out the router that he paid $30 for and bought specifically for this project, and I'm like, you went cheap.
A cheap device should work once. That's the thing. I don't expect this thing to last.
And it didn't.
It's not going to.
And it didn't.
Are you actually trying to do construction for years and years? Go buy a real tool. Absolutely. There are great sources for such things these days. I recommend that. It's like, I talk about the hi-fi. It's like you can buy a really cheap turntable, you can buy a good turntable. Do you need to play one record a year? You don't care. Cheap turntable. Are you playing stuff daily? Buy a good turntable. That's the thing. Buy good tools. They will make your life happy. So.
You want something else?
I don't have a thing. And I think we have a suggestion for another thing.
Oh, yeah. Larry suggested one from Beachbum.
Oh, let's see about that.
Hold on. I got to scroll back up.
We do
Red Tide. That was it.
Red Tide.
Red Tide.
I think this is a simple thing, and we have everything in back of me, so I can make that very easily.
Let me go back. Hold on. Wait. What? It won't let me go back that far.
Hey, I can't find the Red Tide.
All right, go grab the Beachbum Berry books.
Well, Larry, thank you for suggesting that. If you are still watching...
It won't let me scroll back that far.
I am going to go to my library and grab the Berry book that has this, and then we'll make it.
We know Larry suggested it.
I seem to recall it's pretty simple, so this is not a big deal. We'll be back.
Social media. What are you going to do? Red Tide, I remember the name. So, Lisa says we need another drink. Well, he's on top of that. Pawn shops are good for inexpensive, good tools. I'm sure we have pawn shops.
We have actually a well-stocked pawn shop that's in walking distance.
Do we?
Where you can buy a firearm. I always am amazed at that. I need a gun.
I've never been in the market.
Go to a pawn shop. This is craziness to me. Now, tools, yeah, you find tools. You find tools. This kind of crazy stuff. Auctions and yard sales, you'll find classic tools made in the States a long time ago. I happen to have inherited some tools from my father and my grandfather that are really nice tools, and I use them
found Red
with
Tide,
regularity.
By the way.
Got the Red Tide. Here it is, the original Grog Log, 1998. This is year one. Tiki drinks. The Red Tide is an original creation, so I'm going to credit Jeff and Anine because they published the log.
Okay.
And undoubtedly they prototyped this a few times and came up with something. It's pretty simple. He calls for lime juice. I've got lemon. Sue me.
All right, so red tide.
Yep. You need a shaker? Here's a shaker. I will ice the shaker. There we go. Zoop.
Okay, hold on.
This is.
Okay.
So 3/4 of an ounce.
Okay.
And I think I've got a great 3/4 measure right here. It even says so.
3/4 of an ounce
of your lemon or lime. Honestly, I don't think that's going to make a lot of flavor difference in this drink.
Starting with the lime juice?
1/2 ounce of grenadine. The recipe starts with it.
Okay.
Got a 1/2 ounce measure right here.
Okay. What's next?
And 1 ounce of gold Jamaican rum. Seems to me that could withstand more rum. I don't have gold Jamaican. I happen to have plantation dark rum, which actually says there is some pot still Jamaican rum in here, and also some double H from Barbados. So
Okay,
yeah,
well,
that'll do.
fine, it's hired.
Fine, you're hired. 1 ounce. Let's go in and go.
Okay.
I might want to up that to 1.5, but I'm going to try it as advertised first.
Okay.
This sounds like a short hoist, as Trader Vic would have said.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Shake, strain, cocktail. Here we go. Very simple. Red Tide, which is not red.
We've made a number of drinks this evening with red in the title that weren't actually red.
Yeah, we're not red. This one is also not red.
Also not red. We should make a drink called Also Not Red.
Also not red. It's a short hoist. I think it will fit in here just fine. This is about a 3.5 ounce cocktail glass. Not the smallest glass in the arsenal. Ooh, and it actually fills it up just
Yeah, well, I'm excited to try it.
Try it out. Apply my red umbrella again.
Gotta have that red umbrella.
This is actually very nicely tart and a very simple little
Hugo
sour.
says, I once bought an axe from a man with one arm at a yard sale just so I could tell this story.
No!
I love it. Oh, that's good.
Very tart.
All right.
I thought you would like that because it really fits the tart scenario.
I like a tart drink. That's good.
Good little thing, huh?
All right.
Again, our grenadine is not that red, so this is not that red a drink, but it could be redder.
Redded drink.
Red a drink. Now,
it's not that redded drink.
I'm thinking about that whole one-armed man. That's very David Lynch. But I'm also thinking about an experience I had on the streets of New York City at one point, where I was actually on the Upper East Side, and I was heading my way back south towards Grand Central Station. Not a difficult procedure at the time. Now I'm intrepid. I see something funny on the street, I take a look. I saw on the street a steamer trunk.
Oh no.
Really big one.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Do I know where this is going?
Probably. So I decided to take a look inside. What's in there? A body? Maybe I'm going to walk away. I pop it. There's no body. But there's a manila envelope.
Oh, I know where this is going.
And I thought, that's kind of interesting. So the manila envelope simply says, Squirrel. And I say, okay, I don't know what the hell that means. So
but of course, being Paul, he
open the envelope, and I take a look inside, and what did I see? I saw a preserved squirrel pelt.
Who preserves a squirrel pelt?
In Manhattan. I think, well, you have plenty of squirrels in Manhattan. Central Park is right there.
Why?
So this was bizarre on top of bizarre, and yeah. I really should have documented this better because I'm just here to tell the story, but it's extremely strange.
Why?
Somebody basically skinned a squirrel and preserved the pelt and put it in the middle, and then the whole thing went to the street.
So it was all for nothing.
I don't know.
I know you don't know, but I'm just like...
It's
really?
one of those things where you're looking around you wondering if a guy's going to step out from behind that pillar smoking a cigarette saying, you know, submitted for your consideration.
Like Rod Serling.
You know? Submitted for your approval. And you think, what? Yeah, the squirrel pelt. I'm just telling you, this is a bizarre story. I wish I had taken
He's just
the
reporting at SEC then.
I didn't take it, by the way. I don't have the squirrel pelt. It's long gone.
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
Paula, I'm with you.
I have taken many things from the streets.
I am with you.
Some of those parts are around us in the form of lamps, but the squirrel pelt didn't come on.
Dumpster diving is our jam, but I never brought home a squirrel pelt.
Yeah, Norman, I really got to wonder about these things.
Yeah, it was very creepy.
Norman...
But he told me about that. He's like, yeah, I didn't take the squirrel pelt. I was like...
No. No, Norman Bates himself was into more along the lines of human skin. And
still, though...
And as I recall, that whole scenario was based on a guy named Ed Gein. And he was into human skin.
Yeah.
This is very...
Is it Gein or Gein?
Apparently pronounced it Gein. He's from the Midwest.
I always heard Ed Gein.
Yeah, well, it's spelled Gein. He should have said Gein. Anyway. This is just like, this is one of these weirdos who's a little homicidal. This show has taken a dark turn. But we're still talking about it. I'm breaking something called the Red Tide.
At least we're not talking about copyright law anymore.
Gotta tell you.
Taxidermy concept art, exactly. Exactly.
What can I say? But I think you're on target, Michael. I don't know. There are times when we just kind of back away slowly, you know?
Exactly.
And I hope you do too. Self-preservation is a good instinct.
I know.
I mean, I'm still
also, like...
The laminate. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm an obsessive reader. I read, like, probably at least 2 books a week. And, like...
Yeah, she really
lately, I've really been on kind of a crime kick. And they just get worse and worse. It's like... And they keep suggesting them to you. Like, I signed up for a free trial of Kindle Unlimited. And it's like they just keep giving you more and more of what you read.
Check this out.
And they get darker and darker and darker. And then, like, I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, I think I'll read. And it's just like, I shouldn't have read.
Murder.
Yeah. It's murder, but it's like, it's worse than murder. It's like gruesome, disgusting, scary murder. Yeah, Halloween is coming up. I was just thinking of that earlier, Lisa.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, true crime. I love true crime.
And look, I believe...
I could watch the ID channel all day long.
I believe our audience is very...
Hugo says, so you're telling me there's some naked squirrel running around New York? Obvi.
Hello. I'm reminded of nothing so much as there's a Foghorn Leghorn cartoon where he, like, is involved in some sort of shenanigans as Foghorn only could, and he managed to get shocked with, like, 120 volts, and, like, it burns off his feathers, and he's there naked. And he looks at the camera and he's like, good thing I keep one of these. And he goes over to a closet and grabs, like, a chicken, like, pelt and puts it on. It's hilarious.
Oh, no.
You know, so I'm thinking about the naked squirrel. It's like, he needs to find his pelt, you know?
But doesn't every... That sounds like Daffy Duck, too. I feel like every cartoon character had that shtick.
Yeah, kind of did. I think Bugs Bunny did that at one point. Daffy, definitely. So.
I know. I love the true crime, too. It's just... I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh, I'll read. And it's like, yeah, you should have done that.
If you want to sleep, no. But
no, I still sleep, but then I have weird dreams.
Can you have weird dreams?
Yeah.
So, but definitely.
Naked Squirrel. Naked Squirrel is a good drink name.
The Naked Squirrel. Well, there's
Naked Squirrel.
And look, there's the Pink Squirrel, which is a classic. It's a good dessert.
Paula says Daffy Duck keeps his feathers numbered. Oh, Michael
1, 2,
remembers
3,
that.
4.
Michael remembers the Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, it's just...
Oh my god.
It's one of those things that you watch and it's slightly Dada, and as a child you're like, did I just see that? It's kind of fun. You really have to appreciate the crew who made all of those cartoons for Warner. That cartoon crew was just
I feel like as a
brilliant.
child I took these things at face value, so it was just like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
His
Okay,
feathers
whatever.
came off, and
Yeah,
he
what do
got
you
new
know?
feathers. All right.
As an adult you're like, what? You know?
Yeah.
Seriously. But that crew made cartoons to be played in front of motion pictures for, I believe, about 35 years.
Lisa.
There's some fantastic stuff.
Oh, Lisa. Lisa says, my 86-year-old mother watches ID all day, and all I can do is try to stop myself from thinking my mom has an Emperor's kiss. Yeah.
Mother, are you trying to tell us something?
I love the true crime shows. I really do. I'm fascinated.
I'm just going to give a shout out right now before this thread completely derails. But, Warner Brothers cartoons, we got Chuck Jones on animation, Carl Stalling on the music. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant people. Now, and the huge numbers of people put these things together. I really respect that. They did just journeyman work. So great, so great. Love it to this day. The music is fantastic. The animation is brilliant. And Jones ended up doing so many things that we watch around holiday time. I'm just saying.
We went to an exhibit. How long ago was that now? At MoMA? No.
Moving Image.
MoMI.
Yeah.
Museum of the Moving Image.
Astoria. That has got to be about 7-8 years. Right now.
Time flies.
It does.
But it was all the Looney Tunes cartoons, and that was a really good exhibit.
I believe that your union got us into that.
I got in for free.
Hello. That's a fun trip. It's a great museum, and they had some fantastic stuff on display. Very cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then after that, we went to the Mad Men
exhibit at the same location.
And they had the Mad Men sets. That was really fun too.
That was astonishing. It was really great to see those in person. If anybody here is a fan of this show, I wish you could have seen this exhibit. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like Don Draper's office.
They had his business cards. Ephemeral like that.
They did. They had actual business cards printed out, but you couldn't take one.
No,
they were just on his desk, but like they actually had Don Draper's business cards printed. It was amazing. And
the sets full size. There's their kitchen in their house in Austining, and the costumes were just
so
amazing. Good. And then you could see like the office space where
hi Ken.
Somebody actually like went and found all the ephemera around the desk, the staple puller, that kind of stuff.
Can we all dwell in iPhone hell?
Oh, jeez. You know.
We all dwell there.
This seems to be your lot every week. Can't anybody help you with this? But this is a drag. I tell you, we're here like we're rambling on about this, that, and the other, and like you can't watch this show. I wish you luck with that. Somebody needs to help you out with that. It's a terrible thing. Because here we are, we're still talking about laminate. I love the new surface. This is like we should have done this.
We'll make a video next week, and we'll get
looking good.
Up close and personal shots with our new laminate. Because it's sweet.
The theme tonight has been red because this room is red now. Our umbrellas are red, and the laminate is red. It's looking good. It was considerable work to get it to this point, but it all came together today. It's not that much in terms of
Michael,
time.
I'm sure it toured. Yep.
Yep.
And that would make total sense.
That'd be great. That would have been great because it should have been mobile. It wasn't that hard to put that on the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And
yep. How many times can we say yep?
Yep.
Yep.
These days, your access to the original material is pretty good. You can find a lot of that stuff online. A lot of services are playing it. You can find fantastic books about the history and all that. I just remember around 1990, one record label decided to come out with the music from those cartoons. And they called it the Carl Stalling Project. And this was all of the music cues.
Which label?
It should have been Warner Brothers, but I don't remember who really did this. It might have been Elektra.
Is this when you were still working at Footlight?
Before. Yeah, before, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And it was literally like all these bits and pieces and a lot of studio talk and whatnot. And it was so cool to hear this out of context and get like a great book with history and whatnot.
Oh, Kansas, they have Formica. Oh!
Tough as nails.
Some Formica.
Tough as nails, folks. You can literally see in this little frame right here that Invectus is suddenly red. It has improved.
You can't see the bright beautifulness of this particular Formica.
Put the colors there. That's a nice thing.
But we'll make a video. We'll show it later.
But yeah.
We'll do it later.
Hey, we'll show it to you. But like, yeah, I remember that disc in particular. It was just celebrating that music. That was a very specific corner of history. And like the cues are, you listen to this and you're like, I recognize all of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was so well done. A lot of fun. And it was just one of those things. It was right at the same time when there was a box set on, what am I thinking of? Oh, it's out of my mind. A lot of things came out around that time that like were a specific moment in history. And that was a good project, you know? So.
Is it time to go watch some crime TV?
We've been talking about ID.
Or car TV.
The ID channel, I forget what they call it. We know
Investigation Discovery.
Oh yeah, we know it as the Ingenue Dead channel because invariably that's what happens in these shows. And if you start around 8, you're watching a show where like somebody got killed. And then around 9, there's a show where somebody got killed horribly.
It gets lurid.
And then around 10, there's somebody got killed horribly and dismembered. It's like, oh, it gets worse and worse.
It gets lurid.
I mean, it gets just terrible. Oh wow. Yeah. People love this channel. What could I say?
And then of course, like here's me at 4 a.m. Like, oh, I'm awake. I should read something.
I'm gonna read something about like true dismemberment.
Was that a good idea? But yeah.
You can always go historical.
Oh, Larry says there were 2 volumes of the Carl Stalling Project, and they are excellent.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay.
I remember the first of those very well, and I did not realize that there was a sequel to that, which is killer.
Love it.
That was around the same time that Jack Kerouac project came out, that all of his albums were collated into a box set. We own this. I think there's 4 albums in that box set, because he recorded a few things. And who am I thinking of? I can't think of it. But there were a couple of things that happened around that time that were big historical projects, and that got a lot of attention. So
you'll think of it later.
I'll think of it later. I'll drop it on you. But this evening started out with laminate, red, and ends with an ID channel, murder, also red.
Yeah, well,
you know, that's likely to happen, folks.
Oh, Michael's going to look for that. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, I see Isabeth says, sees a horrible crime scene and my detective says, I'm surprised. I love Law and Order SVU, by the way.
You just love Olivia. Olivia grills him and then she's like, you need to stop
Hugo
talking.
says, back in the late 90s, there was a guy named Red Ed, who was hanging out in the village and used to be a kind of underground show promoter who wore nothing but red. Oh my gosh, okay. I don't know how our paths didn't cross.
I knew some characters in my day and I never met Red Ed.
Just gonna say I don't know how our paths didn't cross, but
we happen to.
I'm sure we're 1 degree of separation.
We've been introduced to Unsteady Freddy, who does surf shows over at Otto's Shrunken Head to this day, and he's a character of characters, but I can't remember Red Ed.
I'm sure we're 1 degree of separation.
I swear, we were around. We did some of these clubs. We saw some of this stuff. You can't see everything.
Can't see everything.
Not simultaneously. And by the way, if you actually are silly enough to dabble in these things, learn to repair them because they all fall apart.
That's the video. We could do YouTube videos of you repairing 8-track tapes.
It's kind of fun, you know.
Because clearly that's what YouTube wants.
YouTube does want that, and I gotta say, this was a great repair, and this thing sounds unbelievably good. I'm really happy with this tape. And I just I played this in our machine. I'm like, wow, this album is awesome. I love Bitches Brew. You know.
Next time you do a repair like that, let's film it.
We can do it. I've got a great tape. It's a real mess. It's going to take a lot of work, and we can show that.
Yeah,
so let's do it. Repairing 8-tracks. Why would people do that these days? Because you can.
Right. Is it time?
It perhaps is.
All right.
Whoop, whoop. Well, we've had some fantastic red and red-themed drinks tonight. Some have been suggested by the
weren't actually
audience.
red. I'm just saying. But
at the end of the day, this thing was beige, and so were most of them. I don't know what happened.
You call it. Yes, bring back 8-tracks opera. Paul can help you repair them. He's good at that.
If you have questions about such things, send me a message. I can tell you what the hell you need to do. I will say it is not something to take on lightly.
YouTube joke says, YouTube wants the surfer jets, only we want 8-track repair.
Yeah, I tell you, I've got a channel up on YouTube.
I can wear a bikini if you want.
I got a channel up on YouTube with live video, and the obvious victor in all of these in terms of hits is the surfer jets.
Yeah.
I filmed them, video actually, at Asbury Park Surf Music Fest in 2018, I believe.
Yes.
I was on an apple crate. The best angle I got. It's really not great, but it's pretty good. It's a good performance. They did very well.
They did great.
Because this is what they do. And this thing blew up. I got like 7,000 hits on this thing. It's kind of crazy. Well, they're a great little group, and they play well.
Ken says, one day people broke into cars to steal 8-track players. That's low fidelity.
Isn't that a theme?
That it is.
Isn't that a theme on an episode of Chips? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Stealing 8-track players.
Yeah.
Why the hell did you bother, you know? Look, in 1965, that was state of the art.
Well, we got
a long time ago.
We got a copyright strike. Or like a decency strike.
A decency.
They didn't take it down. We just got like
You need to cover up.
Yeah, we got a parental guidance suggestion.
Oh, we're PG?
Because I'm bad like that.
Yeah, well, I kind of assume we're PG because we're serving adult drinks over here. Just saying.
All right, we can do this.
Okay. Yep. Nudge.
No, I was like looking at the comments. I could do a bikini. I've got bikinis.
You rock a bikini. Just saying.
Thank you.
Oh, well, yeah. No, seriously.
No, I try.
So,
cleavage, TM.
Yeah, I'll put a trademark on that, please. Pay me royalties, please.
All right.
Okay, folks. I'm out. You're out. It's probably time for people to get along with their day. It's been a long
It's time to watch
day
Car Masters Rust to Riches. I gotta finish out the current season and find out what happens with the concept car.
And upgrading around here all day.
I know.
And we're probably a little tired.
Enough upgrading.
I had enough energy to hit this broadcast and do it right because you came here. We're going to give you a show.
I'm through upgrading my house.
We're going to give you a show.
Car upgrades.
And the fact is, we'll do it again next week.
We will.
Our theme was red. I thought it was a lot of fun.
And
I love a theme like that.
Look at the not red drinks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
As always.
They at least have red in the title.
Yeah, red in the title, you know.
Thank you all so much for
being
here.
Red,
we love you guys. So, Ken, thank you. So we're thinking, we're looking ahead. And is anyone interested? Please let us know if you are. In doing some watch parties. Because apparently there's a way we can do that. And if you're interested in a watch party, like we do for our brunches, but we could actually watch something together,
just be an exclusive crowd.
Yes.
We could put it together with one of the services that we use easily, and we could let you know. So
but
apparently we can do that.
Know. Oh, thank you guys. Let us know if you're interested in a watch party, and we could give it a try, because I think that would be a ton of fun. Oh, Abra says yes to watch parties. Okay.
Okay. There's one bud right there.
We're not just going to do some TV show. We're going to do something fun that we all want to see.
I think there's a lot of fun we all want to see.
Oh, Ken, we love you too.
Oh, please. Look, I remember during the Saturday morning cartoons episode
that brunch, the cartoon brunch. I know it should have been a watch party, right?
So many votes for Johnny Quest, I think. Wow. Well, it's a cool show.
Exactly. Yeah, so...
That show. So, you know, it'd be great to just put that sort of thing together.
Yeah.
And MST? Yeah, I think that it's kind of an MST thing. So...
Oh, okay, yeah, Amy, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Julie,
oh my gosh, we MST everything we watch.
Seriously.
In fact, we were watching something the other day. Paul's like, are we going to MST this? And I'm like, yeah, we did.
Of course we're going to
Oh, okay, Elizabeth says yes to the watch party. Ken says, will it include an Elvis hologram? Maybe.
If we can make it happen, I'm all in.
Maybe. All right. I gotta look into this. I gotta watch some videos and figure this out. But I'm up to the challenge.
We're up to the challenge, of course, but only for you. So, as always, it's been a long day around here.
Thank you
But we end
much.
with a fantastic broadcast with friends. We're so thankful you could join us tonight. I wish you luck and success in what you are doing, particularly considering contemporary circumstances, which I will not name. We know what they are.
Please don't name.
No. We've had some fantastic drinks tonight. If you're a Patreon,
have.
if you're a patron on Patreon, you'll see everything tomorrow. If you're not, you'll see one of these.
Yes.
If you would like to be a Patreon, that is not difficult
Do I have
to
to
do.
drop the link?
If you would, please.
All right, hold on.
Commercial plug.
I wasn't even thinking I would do this.
Once
or
an
I would have
episode.
brought it up.
This is the once. We'll tell people about what's going
Hold on.
What's going on.
Hold on. Bring it up.
And people who are Patreons actually could tell you about the fun benefits of doing such things.
Well, I'm thinking that the watch parties could be part of that.
It is, actually, because
All
that's generally through
Dropping
Patreon.
the Patreon link. No pressure. We love you either way.
This does help us to do what we do
Just
in this space.
dropping it in case. Alright, I have dropped it.
Let's work on a watch party, and we'll let you know when that can happen. We're going to be a little occupied for at least a few weeks around here as we end out August.
Yeah,
But as
until
we
mid-September we'll be a little nuts.
after that, we
But
probably have
after that we've got nothing but time.
a little thinking room.
We could watch horror movies for Halloween.
Yes, we could. Oh, hello. There are so many good choices that you would enjoy. We'd enjoy.
Oh, thank you, Abra.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated.
Hi, Junkie Data Girl. Good to see you.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for dropping by.
And as always, we've had a great
You guys
time
have
with you
A fabulous
for
evening.
a couple
Thank you
hours
for joining.
on a Wednesday evening.
We'll make a better
wherever you
video
are.
of our bar for anyone who's truly interested, but
You could see a little bit of what's going on back here.
it's
was-
so red.
It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but it was worth it.
Thanks for joining. We'll see you in a
Oh
week.
my gosh, Abra, yes, 50s horror movies. I love,
Hello.
love this idea so much.
Horror Party Beach. I gotta tell you.
Oh my gosh.
And as always, no matter where you are or what you're doing, We will see you